Hello, welcome to episode 4, I think, from Good Vibes Only. My name is Alfredo. Let's go around the room and introduce ourselves.
Yo, what's up? I'm Sam.
I'm Lauren.
Fernando.
And I'm Coney Joe.
Yay!
Yay!
I guess we're gonna start with some shots.
The celebratory shot.
Yeah. So this, just a reminder, this is a podcast. We just talk about random stuff while we're drinking. We get drunk and then we don't know what the hell we're talking about at the end of the podcast. So, just a fair warning. So yeah, let's begin with the Captain
shots.
Morgan Watermelon Smash. Yeah.
Sponsored by
Captain Morgan. Sorry, we don't have Jaeger because they didn't want to sponsor us, so we switched to Captain Morgan. Hopefully they sponsor us. So who wants a shot?
I do.
Lauren? No. So 4. Remember, drink responsibly.
Can I get the Filipino one? I want that one.
The Filipino.
Yeah.
Don't drink and drive.
Don't drink and drive.
Drink responsibly and responsibly drink.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, so this is our first shot of the podcast. Cheers.
Yep. Cheers. Let's go, champ.
Yeah.
That is dangerous because it's so
Sweet.
damn good. It's like a Jolly Rancher.
So we kind of I think we did shot every 5 minutes last time, and it was bad. So I think we're gonna go. So I think we're gonna go with a shot every 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yes.
Okay.
Every 10 minutes.
So
I
at
thought it was
7:40, we'll
every-
do 7:40.
I thought we agreed every 15.
No, that's 2. That's like every just 3 shots. Come on, Joe.
Okay.
Come on, Joe.
So today's topic, I think we're gonna do religion. Just a fair warning, it's gonna be probably
It's gonna
something
be religious.
religion. It's gonna be
Yeah,
religious, serious topic. So, it's just all good vibes here. We don't take it too seriously. We just have our own opinions. So, we'll start with the religion.
What's the thing they say? Take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
take it with a grain of salt.
And also,
And
if you're very easily offended, if you're a snowflake, stop listening now.
Right
And
up.
do
Right
something with your life because you suck.
If you're easily offended, oh, there you go.
There,
you're
we lost our.
We lost our viewer.
So yeah, so let's what do you guys think about religion? We'll go around and
So-
like a little.
Hang on. Go on.
No, we'll just go around and then we'll something of what you got or what you think about religion.
Am I
Yeah.
first?
Yeah, you're first.
It's a load of nonsense.
Okay, Lauren.
You're like, all right, who's next?
Well, I'm not really religious, but my family kind of is because Italian Catholics, but I just stay away from it.
Like for me, I do believe in God, but no religion. That's not for me.
I think I'm with Primo on this one. It's like I believe in God, I pray and all that, but when it comes to church, Bible, and anything that any human wrote, I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't back that up.
So same with me too. I think I believe in God. I think I believe in not just one God, many gods or whatever.
Yeah.
Even all religions, but not church. I don't believe in church. I think if you do what's good, if you follow a good way,
Yeah.
then it's okay.
Like many people from church, they worse or they do things it's bad, pero ellos te critican,
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm.
that's what I don't like church. Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like y'all are the modern Christians, or I should say Christians. Y'all are the modern I don't know what to call it, but y'all are the modern version of what used to be 50 years ago,
Mm.
back in the day. Y'all are I don't like the church, but I do believe in something, and I mean I see that I can understand that because everybody has their own religion, but it really depends on the person.
So let's go. I don't know if you guys want to jump on this one, but I'll start with like what I grew up with, and then if you guys want to do what you grew up with, like religion wise and everything. So we grew up kind of Christian, and in the Christian where I grew up, there's a lot of
Christian.
The Christian where I grew.
There was one Christian.
There you go.
Christian.
I'm already drunk. No, the where I grew up, like the
Christian
the
we had over
church.
there, he was supporting the Catholic.
The church, there was a lot of no's, you can't do this, you can't do that because religion, you have to follow this, and like you're kind of closed, like in a box. They put you like in a box and you can't get out because supposedly God said no. So that's where I always wonder or think what if what if I wasn't religious, or what if I didn't believe in God, and all that stuff like throughout my life. So I think after high school, that's when I kind of stopped going to church and doing all that stuff. So
yeah, probably me too. Like after high school, like no more church, but yeah, same. My family, it was like Christian. Yeah.
Oh, Christian. Oh,
yeah. So
Sense.
No, so with me, it was more, I was brought up Catholic, so I did the First Communion, I did the whole thing with the Ash Wednesdays or whatever, the confirmation or whatever it's called, and it's like, I never really understood all that, being a kid. I see why some religions don't baptize you until like you are older, that way you get what you're actually getting into, but at the same time, it's like I grew up around all these people who spoke, in Bible, terms and all this stuff. They quoted the Bible. They said they followed the Bible. And then it wasn't until I grew up that I started seeing that some of these people who I actually thought were people I can look up to, good people. And like Primo said, it's like they ended up being the worst kind of people you can see. Mm-hmm. It's like, I don't know. That's when I started losing my wanting to go to church.
Mm.
So it's like, okay, why go? I mean, it's people. People make mistakes. It's all like, if I believe in something, I know He's there. I know I can pray. I don't need no church to go and talk to Him. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
You and I were kind of brought up the same, but we had different paths at things because like we're different ages. Had it been the same ages, maybe the same thing would have happened. But I found out much quicker, or not found out much quicker, but I settled on what I believed in much quicker than you did. Because when I was a kid, I was like, okay, I guess there's a dude in the sky doing all that stuff, pulling the strings, and then I was like, and then they taught me about science in school, and I was like, wait a second.
Mm-hmm. I
was like, they were like, the way I always compare it to is like, the Greeks had the many gods to explain all their science. I'm like, oh, that's cool, but they're like, oh, but it's just mythology. It's like, why can't there be I'm sure in the future maybe somebody's gonna find a way to properly discuss it. So they're like, oh, back in the day we used to have this thing called a Christian mythology.
Yeah.
So we're gonna somebody's gonna have that, and they're gonna, they're gonna properly explain why some people do, some people don't. Because are there Greek people who still believe in polytheism and all the Zeus and wait, what is it? Zeus. I don't want to misquote the god.
Aphrodite.
Is it Hera one of them or no?
Yeah, Hera is his wife.
Yeah, all those who are now in mythology. Why aren't they still considered a believable god? You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know, dude. It's funny you say that because it's like there's times when I've been out at sea. When I'm in the ocean or something, right? And I'm like, oh, Poseidon, please be kind. It's like, I believe, it's not just in, gods and all that stuff, but it's like, I believe in spirits, especially we have the experience that we've been in Hawaii. We learn their customs and, we learn to trust the locals. And if they say, don't do it, don't do it. Or respect this and that, it's respect it, because I honestly do feel like there's some spiritism behind that. Something really is there, so it's don't mess with it.
And it's what they believe in, the religion and all that stuff. They believe in all that.
Yeah.
I know, I don't know if you want to say something or because we skipped you about how you brought up or got brought up.
Well, my mom's from Italy, so she was raised Catholic. But when she came to America, she didn't want to go to church, but her parents forced her when she lived in Italy, because that was kind of the thing to do. But I was lucky enough that because she wasn't really that religious, that I didn't have to get brought up with a religion. And then with my dad being gay, a lot of the religions are against him, so I wouldn't want to be a part of any that are against my dad. And then my dad himself, he really likes, follows like the Buddhist teachings and stuff and finds it really interesting. So he taught like we would have like a Buddha around the house and stuff like that, and like the teachings he would talk about a lot. Like he really connected with that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you see, that's where I kind of like agree. Like, you know, there's a lot of people like not worship, but like they go to like a teacher, you know, let's say a teacher from a different religion, mentor. And I'm like a mentor, and I'm like, if you're being, you know, if you follow that, you're good and stuff, like, you know, that's good, you know.
But what if that person is following all that stuff, but he is gay? I'm just bringing this up because it's like I have gay and lesbian friends, and it's like they are some of the coolest people out there, you know. And it's like sometimes I look at them and I'm like, really, God hates this person? I'm pretty sure God doesn't hate them because they're doing good, they're living well, you know, they're treating others better than they get treated. So it's like
they respect people.
What the hell?
Yeah. Well, that like how you said, like I think that's where I also like kind of said like a no to church, or you know, where I grew up, because one thing is like you can't do Halloween and we hate the gays. It's like, okay, why? You know,
two of our favorite things.
It's like, why? You know, like I love Halloween and stuff. It's like, what the hell, you know? So that's where I'm like,
same. Like that's why, like, I think that's what people think, not what God says or something like that.
Because even like God or whatever says God is like just love, or love thy neighbor. Yeah. It's like you could love just this neighbor but not this one. But why? You know, he didn't say that, you know. So.
And I'm pretty sure there's something in there too that talks about pride, and most people do let that get in the way. It's all like, oh, I'm not going to like that person because they're gay. And it's all like, that's pretty prideful, fool. If it's like you think yourself higher than them. That's...
What about like religion and the government? Do you guys think the government plays a big role of controlling the religion, especially because here in the U.S. or
like I think religion makes like money, a lot of money, so it's crazy. Like,
I think for like right now, like how we were talking about like the whole church saying that they're essentials. It's like you guys technically are not essentials. You know, you're not providing. You know, people go to, you know, to find their spiritual, you know, self or whatever, but it's like, you guys don't have food, you know, we need food to survive, you know, you know, so it's like.
If they set up like food drives and stuff like that,
then that'll be different,
And they wouldn't even need to be essential if they were doing that, because, you know, they could just like, hey, food drives, come leave this here, and then we'll donate to like people who need it by like just leaving it on their doorstep, and then walking away and be like, hey, your food's outside, stuff like that. They could do good like that, but no. It's like, hey, you have to come here, we'll take some of your money, and we're gonna freaking...
One thing about religion too, like, they have a lot of money. They always talk about like poor people and shit, like, they don't help, like...
But the pastors are up there in like a
they're rich and...
driving like a freaking Audi and stuff.
I think that's why I kind of like, obsessed me, because like, I don't know if I talked with you guys about the church here in Roseville, the Destiny one. A big one. So
I'm calling you out.
Sorry, but
it's so soon.
I know. But it's like, you know, where we work, we usually like in Christmas we get families to help and stuff, and I think it was a long time ago that we went, and you know, like us, you know, we try to do good, so we donate food or clothes or whatever for little kids. Then we went over there to give the stuff to the church. And when I walked in, it was Christmas, so they had like at least 200 Christmas trees, like real trees, with lights and everything. They had plasmas everywhere and everything. I'm like, what the hell? Like, I'm like, here, you know. I don't, you know. I want to say like you know, not like middle class person or whatever.
Like a high end ski resort.
Yeah, and I'm like, and I'm trying to help this or somebody, and next, you know, like I'm giving to the freaking church that they have plasmas everywhere, glass doors. That's when I'm like, you know, this is just business, you know. It's not really
like el
too
Papa
out.
like tiene usa todo de oro.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Need to.
Yeah.
Yeah, like why? You don't need that.
Yeah. For me, it's like you could teach the teachings at home.
Yeah.
You know, if you really love God, you know, and then give the rest to the people. That's if you care about people, you know.
Another thing, dude, is those mega churches usually have that one pastor that calls himself a healer and he can heal anything. Where the hell is he now?
Mm-hmm.
Why isn't he out there healing people?
Did you see the dude who I can't remember what state he was? I think it was in Texas. There's a band called Death, and they have an album. When you figure out what the album is.
While you're figuring it out.
They have a
7:40, so another shot.
Okay.
So figure it out.
Y'all take your shot.
We're doing this shot again.
You guys.
Midori, son.
I'll figure it out.
Midori?
Y'all,
Yeah, let's do Midori
y'all
this
take your
time.
thing. Please take as much time.
What is?
Yeah.
I
No.
haven't tried that one.
It's
While you're doing this too, it's like something else that I want to bring up. Is like Primo said with the money part, right? There are churches, and I know some. I'm not going to name them out, but I know some churches that I've been to or that I not necessarily gone there because I worship there or anything, but it was just something like with a friend. Hey, come to church with me one day. Check it out. There are bad churches who all they care is about money, money. But then there are other ones that are selfless, to where they literally will give you the shirt off their backs. There are good people out there and stuff, but then a lot of people, and especially right now too, when you brought up the whole thing with about the churches and the government, right now it's back and forth with them too, because you said they're non-essential, right? And then the church is all up and got all mad. But it's like, if you look at people now, a lot of people aren't backing up their own churches anymore. It's like you've seen, like in times like these, dude, you'd imagine people to actually be more wanting to get closer to God because they're so close to freaking dying, And it's like, okay, I'm gonna die, I should start worshiping now. But it's like, no, you see more people stepping away, and honestly, I think that's a bad thing, because I believe in God. I do think you should get closer to Him, but it's like not just because of the situation we're in, right? But also because everybody needs to be at good terms with Him. Or her, if you believe that God is a woman, which would be awesome too. But I think that's more the devil's turf, because the devil definitely is a woman. I've seen her; she's sexy as fuck.
Alright, so cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
It's her second shot. This one's sweet too. It's like watermelon. Kiwi.
That's NyQuil, dude.
That's NyQuil.
Yeah.
The thing I found, there's a death metal band called Death. Surprisingly enough, they have an album called Spiritual Healing, and I'll show you all the photo. It's about like it's this group of like religious people, and then like the pastor, he's like healing the dude in the wheelchair, and he's like spiritually healing him through the power of God. You know what I mean? There's a dude who just came out pretty recently called Kenneth Copeland. Let me. Is he similar? Does he look similar?
Yeah.
Did he look similar?
Yeah.
Okay, so apparently the thing he said, he was like, "Oh, we're gonna blow the wind of God towards the coronavirus and what's it called, like, get rid of it."
Oh, is he the one that got the purse? No.
I have no
idea.
idea.
The priest or something?
No, I just saw that, and it was it was hilarious. It made me laugh because he is strikingly similar to the pastor that's on the album by Death, which is like not a mockery of it, but like it pulls back the curtain. You're like, this is what you're actually doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, for me, I think it was when we were in Hawaii and we were talking about like religion too, and we were saying, hey, let's do like this kind of like religion or something. I don't know if it was just me, or maybe I was already drunk.
You were
but it was like we were talking about religion. We were like, let's do this religion that we just help people and all that stuff, So what do you think about?
Yeah, that was me and you. We were talking about that, dude. And this is what makes me believe. All right, it's like this is what makes me believe that there is a God, because we were talking so much good stuff about helping and stuff. And I remember also saying accepting people from all sorts of walks of life, even if they were, from other religions, it'd be okay just as long as we help each other out, right? Well, come to find out later, there's something, all right? And I know I can't trust the Bible, but there's something where it says that, when the end of the world, like when the end of days comes, there will be that one currency and that one religion that encompasses everything okay. Oh. And I was thinking back to that one time I told you about. This took me back to that one time, dude. I swear this happened to me when I was a kid. Me and my brother were just hell raisers. I was 8, he was 4. We were running around. We were at WIC, right? My mom was seeing her worker or whatever, and me and him were just running around. And we ended up going, chasing each other into the bathroom. And when we were trying to get back out, this guy blocked our path and closed the door behind us. And I got scared, so did my brother. And then he just, in this craziest, deep, manly voice, just says it, hey, you little, hellions, you guys are horrible. You're going to go back out there and you're going to be normal kids. Just sit down, be quiet. And then he looks over at me and you little shit, you're the worst. And so, you will one day give birth to the Antichrist. And so, for the longest time, I've been scared to have kids. So I'm like, fuck that, dude, I don't want to do that. But then I started thinking, oh, shit. Me and Fredo are talking about this religion. What if that is the fucking Antichrist? So drink to that, dude. Yeah.
Drink to that, too, because you might not drink anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You never told me then, though.
No.
Hey, I wouldn't drink to that if you didn't tell me.
Yeah, that's why I'm telling you now, dude. It's all that is a good idea, but I don't know, man. If you want to do it, do it. But
just do it without me.
Yeah.
Do it without me.
Yeah.
No, for me, it's just trying to help people and stuff, and it's not based on a Bible book or something. It's just based on helping people, So that's where I was trying to, do that and.
Well, you can do that,
but not include me.
You can do that, man. It's called being a good Samaritan.
Yeah.
And a great American.
Yep. America.
Yeah.
So speaking of America, what do you think about the whole, our president and the church, government, all that's happening
What's
right
happening? Enlighten us, because I don't read the news.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure, Trump, he's Christian and all that stuff, what for me it's what he says, it's Christian, it doesn't make sense.
He's racist and hate people and everything
What do you guys think? Not just him, but what do you guys think about people controlling a certain country and being religious? Do you guys think it's okay being religious and controlling the government or controlling a country?
Well, I say one person shouldn't rule everything, but at the same time, it's if you put a whole bunch of people to try and run a country, it's not going to
get done.
Yeah, nothing will get done. But I don't know. I guess we do need a puppet in a way, but at the same time, it's we also need to have a bigger part in it. And honestly, if you ask me, I say all politicians should get a regular day job and they should be elected officials by people, and it's not be paid for it. Because anybody could fucking do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way I see it.
Well,
dude, we're not supposed to cuss.
No, I think we're good. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay. I mean, we got 20 views, so it's okay.
We're under YouTube's radar.
I know.
It's fine.
Okay.
They're
right above us going over. We're hang on. All right, you can cut.
No, but yeah, I think that's a good point.
Yeah. And honestly, dude, it's the pay that they do get, we should start paying our doctors, our teachers, and all that stuff. Because honestly, most of these kids nowadays, dude, they're little assholes. And yeah, it takes. I mean, they should get free health care because they should see a shrink. Yeah, these kids are they're horrible, dude. They're not At least we had respect, for our elders and stuff. Now these kids nowadays, they don't have respect for anything. Except for Sam. Sam's cool.
Sometimes. Sometimes.
Depends on my life. I feel like it depends on the generation, because There's people who are like, oh, back in my day, and like this generation nowadays. It's like I'm the generation in between back in my day and the generation nowadays. I'm like,
well, for you, it's like you don't even care what's going on.
No, because like
basically,
I don't fit into like I'm not in high school, but I wasn't born in the 90s. Like I have that small gap of window, and I was like, I guess I'll go there.
But you see, for what I'm saying is like, you know, I've been to like protests and all that stuff, and I told him, oh, do this, and he's like, I don't care, I don't do. Yeah, like which is, you know, that's how you are, like, you know, but it's like, that's how we're different, you know. It's like I don't care. Sometimes I wish I was just like that. I'm like, I don't care about people. You know, it's hard.
It's hard now.
It's not hard.
Well, because that's how you were, like you are basically how you were raised by yourself.
Is it possible to learn this power?
Sure.
Sure, just don't care. So what do you guys think about like music and religion? Like
don't get me started.
Well, there we go. Well, we're getting quiet. That's what we're.
We're getting this started, dude. Right. Go.
There are so many videos that I watch for fun of compilation, just because it cracks me up every time I watch it. They're gonna take a shot while I explain all this. Yes. There's so many freaking videos of like freaking religious people protesting metal concerts. Mm-hmm. Specifically, the best two I like to always point to are Slayer concerts and Marilyn Manson concerts, because Marilyn Manson was like public enemy #1 back in like the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Like everybody blamed him for everything, for freaking Columbine, for all that stuff. And then Slayer to somewhat lesser degree, but still equally.
Alright, so cheers.
Freaking, they're gonna cheers. Hang on. I'll hold my story. We're down a tree now. But yeah, they were so demonized because people would like just look at their imagery, and they would see like their shows, and they'd be like, oh man, these guys are a bunch of like Satan worshippers and stuff like that. Marilyn Manson's a Satan worshipper. If you call somebody that, and then they don't like, not brought up right, but if they were like taught properly to like retaliate properly, like without violence and all that stuff, they're gonna embrace it. They're gonna be like, sure, I'm a Satan worshiper. Just to spite you, I'm gonna be a Satan worshiper. And I kind of adopted that sometimes, but like it's out of spite. It's not because I actually believe in this stuff. Yeah. It's like because like someone thinks they're above me, so I'm gonna be better. I'm gonna be better than them by, even if they are above me, quote unquote. You know what I mean?
Well, I think that's good that you said that, because I think like I love like watching on YouTube like the documentaries or interviews with Marilyn Manson, because he knows how to talk.
Yeah. He's
really intelligent of his words, even if like he's so like calm.
Scary guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely knows what to say.
What to say? Yeah. And it's like, and that's how Samuel is. It's like, I'm not scary
Samuel's
guy.
Not scary.
No, not scary guy. But he knows how to talk to people.
No, that's the part I was skeptical of.
Yeah. No, it's scary guy. But I'm like, he knows how to talk. You know, and for me, it's just like I just blur everything out. But Samuel is like, he knows what to talk or how to talk and
formulate sentences.
Basically.
Yeah,
but I'm like, I like seeing like Marilyn Manson because people protest him and everything because of religion, but like he knows how to talk. He knows what to say.
What was it? He burnt the American flag on stage. I believe that was out of spite. I think he also like ripped up pages of a Bible, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. There's other bands who do that, obviously, but they're freaking. It's usually like an extreme band, like black metal and stuff like that. But those people actually, there are certain bands do worship Satan as a thing. There's like I can't remember the band, but he is gay, but he's also worshipped Satan. You know, like he worshipped Satan, I believe, first, and then like he like started figuring his sexuality out and stuff like that. So.
Is this Fall Out Boy?
No.
I'm just playing.
Shout out to.
That's too far south, dude. You gotta go north. You gotta go Sweden.
Yeah. No, dude. I think if you ask me, the best, my best response to that is a quote by one of the bands I like to listen to is Motionless in White. Open your mind before your mouth. That's all I gotta say to that. Because it's all like, dude, some of the best music is those bands who are accused of that.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, I listen to it and it's all like, dude, this music is not what people are pushing it to be, dude. Because it's like, honestly, if you just read the lyrics, you'd understand it has nothing to do with Satan or anything.
There are certain bands who do that. Even like certain artists who like kind of take a darker approach and they purposely make it like that. But it's not because they believe in it. It's not because they want to get at someone or like get under their skin. It's like shock factor, you know?
Yeah.
Shock sells, you know? Like if somebody sees that, they're like, what the hell is that? I gotta go see what that is. Alice Cooper, stuff like that, all that stuff.
Motley Crue with Shout at the Devil.
Yep.
Dude, and it's not even all rock music. I mean, other stuff too has been accused of being like out there. I mean, like what was it? I know back in the 50s, it was some guy came out with a song about holding hands. And no, this is not from that movie.
Beatles?
Yeah. So it's
not
the
those guys up there.
So it's not the 50s. So it's not the 50s. We're further up. Sorry, but yeah, dude, and it's all like all of a sudden everybody said, "Oh yeah, well it's an innuendo. It's not holding hands. It's something worse."
Yeah.
And it's all no. You're just making it out to be that way. You're jumping to conclusions.
Yeah, I feel like the reason we have the censorship we do today, or at least like the way it's evolved since since like its infancy, is because of religion. It's like you have all these rules, all these guidelines you're supposed to follow, and then they translated it like the higher ups. They translated it into like not like code of business per se. Even though like some people have music not business, they're like you can't say this on the radio, you can't say this on TV, you can't say this in your song.
Podcast.
You can't say this on well, it's our podcast, you know. So, like, you know, they're like, you can't say this because somebody higher up is like, oh, it violates my religion, so we can't do this.
Another guy, that's who I was thinking of in the 50s, or, you know, back then.
You know,
Lil Richard.
Oh.
With Long Tall Sally. He had to sing those lyrics so fast so that people won't pick up on what he was trying to say.
Didn't he just die or something?
I think so, yeah. Poor guy, but yeah, dude, it's like, you know, like, because I listen to a lot of oldie stuff too, and it's like, that one's one of my favorites to listen to. And it's like, after reading the lyrics and all that, I'm all like, dude, how did he get away with this? You know, and it's like, it's still good music. I ain't hating on it. But I bet you there were religious dudes that if they had found out what he meant by that and all the innuendos, they would have been like, whoa. Sir, stop right there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. But
he's like, yeah,
yeah, I'm agreeing.
He's like, I'm just waiting for
Oh yeah, shots. Another shot.
Again?
Yeah.
Nah, you're crazy.
One more minute.
One more minute. Y'all took it at like 53.
52.
No, well, because that was our 50th shot.
Oh my god. Our
Hey,
50th
no.
shot?
50, yeah.
No, but it's like, I know Sam's got more on this, because I know he's a big music fan. I'm a big music fan. You're a big music fan. I want to get into what you guys are thinking too, because I know you got a lot in there. I'd like to pick at your brain, but I know that with your music, it's got a bad stigma to it too.
Oh, you seen? That's a shot.
See, there's a bad stigma to it too, and it's like I hear it more now, because it's like I'll be playing your type of music now, and I'll get people who'll be like, dude, you listen to that gay shit? And I'm like, dude, just because I listen to this doesn't mean I'm gay. I'm straight as hell, and I still love this music. And it's like, I find myself listening to a lot of more stuff that's like that.
Keep the dream alive. I'm back.
Because...
Like Lady Gaga, or what do you mean?
No, not Lady Gaga. I'm talking about EDM.
Isn't that nonsense?
Yeah,
well, I mean, how you guys were talking about, I mean...
EDM.
It's not even like what you say, like, you know, everybody's saying about, oh, that's scary, whatever, but everybody's saying that it's just like drugs and everything, you know, and it's, you know, sometimes like when we go to like festivals, there's people protesting the festivals because drugs and it's not religious and everything, and like actually, if you go there, you meet everybody back then. I don't know about like right now, but back then, everybody just welcoming. It's like our church, you know.
Yeah.
If you're gay, if you listen to this, that, whatever, you're always welcome to those festivals, and that's why I like going, because you just feel you're yourself. You don't have to, like, if you're a Trump supporter, if you're this or that, whatever, you're welcome to go there, and it's just you're having fun, basically.
You don't have to earn your acceptance.
Yeah. There you go. Like if you go to, you know, I don't want to say like anything, but if you go to like a rap or rock, you have to be this or whatever. But like if you go to a festival, you could be a rocker, just like headbanging, or you know, you could be gay with your flag, and everybody supporting you, trading candy, everything. You know, you.
Candy
like,
Kids is code for ecstasy.
No,
I'm just playing.
No,
I'm just playing. I've never been to a show. I'd love to, but yeah.
But I'm like, that's where I kind of like to, but like going there. But that's where we get our protesters, because you have people that are gay, you have people that are, you know, Satanist or whatever, and people are protesting those. It's like, dude, just, you know, chill. It was funny because I think it was like 2 years ago. There's this guy that had like this light up thing, and it said John 3:16, and he was literally like talking to you about the Bible, but he was a raver. And he had John 3:16 and everything, and everybody was like,
isn't that what they also have at In-N-Out on their cups?
Yeah, John 3:16.
Are you sure he wasn't just a Stone Cold Steve Austin fan?
I don't know, maybe.
And he was talking about the gospel of a Stone Cold Stunner?
Maybe.
No?
but yeah, I'm like, you see everything, you know, and you see people, religious people, everything on those festivals, and that's why I like going, because you don't have to, you're just welcome.
Those are los que se matan.
Well, yeah, like, what about like
religion too? Like, they kill.
What, like pop artists, you know how they have the Illuminati? What do you guys think about all that?
Well, the thing is that cults don't exist. There's no such thing as a cult. It's only a cult when the government decides, hey, you're a cult.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's government and religion again, right there.
Like for me, like Illuminati and them, they control government.
So do you believe in the Illuminati?
Yeah.
So what about like smaller cults? Like, I don't know what the thing. There was like it's like a really messed up thing. It's a Jamestown massacre. What is it? This is where they like drunk a bunch of Kool-Aid.
Oh yeah.
And everybody died. And, like they went to the island, and like a ton of people like were just found dead.
I don't know. I've never heard that.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I think you're done.
Here's the thing. This is why I believe that there is a God, and it's all like. Here's where I also believe that you shouldn't follow everything a church, a Bible, or a person says, because there are people who are so good at manipulating words, manipulating people. They'll just feed you stuff, and you'll feed right into it. The next thing you know, you're
drinking Kool-Aid.
You're drinking Kool-Aid, or you're sharing your wife with the priest or whatever, because God told him he could have your wife. And it's like you believing that and thinking, oh, it's okay because God said it. It's all like, no, dude, you're dumb.
Hell no.
It's like you just got talked into a threesome, which you're also kicked out of, and now you're just watching and you're just there like a loser. It's all, how do you feel? You still believing you're God now? It's like, yeah.
Yeah, actually, I think I told you about the movie I just saw on Netflix, because it was trending, so I'm like, I'll just watch it.
Waco?
Waco.
Yeah.
And, dude, it's crazy, like, what happened, you know, about this guy, how you said he was manipulating people, and he basically was, like, the priest of this, I want to say, cult, and, like, he was having, just, like, children with these people, so they were, like, kind of sister wives, and at the end, the government was trying to get rid of them and stuff, and it was bad what happened, you know, to the kids, but it's crazy.
Well, the thing is that a lot of people did die in that raid and all that stuff too. Dude, it's like, all I gotta say is that the government, they handled that situation wrong. They shouldn't have handled it the way they did. They fucked up. They made themselves look bad, but at the same time, I'm not saying they were all, you know, not the cult, but the people in that church, or whatever you want to call it, cult, or whatever you want to call it, they weren't all in the right either. Because if I have, you know, weapons that I plan to use on somebody one day, right, and it's not, I mean, I'm a gun guy. I believe in, you know, like, all laws, you know, but it's like, don't come and try to take my shit if I'm not proving you that I'm going to use it on somebody or that I'm going to, you know, go off and kill people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all like, okay, they got caught with all these weapons. They were doing all that stuff, and the guy was marrying underage women.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big no-no for me because I don't like chomos.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, yeah, he needed to be stopped.
Mm-hmm.
But they went a little too far. They made themselves look real bad, and it's like, how the hell are you going to handle the next situation that comes up like that? It's all, especially now with the media loving the victim. And next situation like this, guess who's going to be the victim? That cult.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to make them try to look all the best, and they could be doing some horrible shit in there. I'm not saying the government isn't either, because they're horrible as fuck too. But it's like, I follow the laws, you should too.
Mm-hmm.
And not just the laws, but also what God, you know,
Mm-hmm.
wants you to do. And I don't think God wants you to marry little kids.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
Well, there you go. Well, let me be the devil's advocate, but you know, and in the Bible,
Speaking of religion,
but in the Bible, like how it said, like love thy neighbor. People could take it way in a different perspective.
That's why I don't read the
that's
Bible.
why there shouldn't be rules
Yeah.
made by one person.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
You know.
But then if you think again, right? It's like, think about this. If you're like, oh yeah, I'm living by what God says, right? I could say that. I can say I'm living by what God says. But some other person could say the same thing too. And if I tell them, oh really? Well, what's a good thing? You know, what's a good deed you've done or a good thing you've done this week to help someone out?
Mm-hmm.
And if their response is, oh, I killed somebody in the name of God.
Mm-hmm.
What? It's all like, okay, I gave somebody free food or something, right? It's all like somebody was starving. I gave him, you know, I don't know, I took him into a fast food joint, got him food. But this guy says he killed somebody and it was in the name of God.
Well,
It's all, is that right too?
Well, what if he killed the rapist?
But what if it wasn't a rapist and if it was somebody?
Well, I was gonna say, I was like, what's the? It's like if you kill a killer, what the number of killers in the world is the same.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, maybe he killed a rapist, but what if it's not? What if it was a soldier and he went overseas and he was fighting in like a holy war or something, right? And he's, oh yeah, I killed him in the name of God because he's not Christian. Okay, what? I'm not taking sides, but it's all like, that's still a human being.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, as much as there are some people that I hate and that I would like to see stop breathing, I don't think I could bring it upon myself to do that because it's wrong.
Yeah.
So in the end, I'm just as bad as they are.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Sam?
There's no like perfect thing, and I feel like that's what people don't understand. Is like, oh, God is perfect. God is all this. Is like the sole embodiment of perfection and stuff like that. There isn't, because, or like, wanting to strive to like serve all that, they're gonna take another shot. Hang on, we're gonna
die.
Let's take a shot first, and then
next time it's 15 minutes.
Yeah, next time.
I told you
right now.
I told you. I'm not even
Man,
drunk.
I didn't even finish mine.
Oh.
I'm not even drunk, but I'm mad.
No, but Sam brings up a good point. It's like
too many people strive for perfection, and like, who is the
Nobody's perfect. Like,
yeah, but who is like, because they keep saying is like, oh, I'm doing something in the name of God. Who are they? Who is an imperfect person to judge what is perfect in the name of God? You know?
Yeah, that's what I'm like religion. Like, they think they perfect.
Yeah.
Nobody's perfect. Cheers. Like, I used to go to church, Christian church, and they judge you. Like, cuando llegas, when you get there, like, oh man,
Like, oh man, this guy's late.
Yeah.
Or like, I'm not late. You're just too early.
Or like how you dress. Remember, when
or it's like, you can't sit up front and be closer to God because your daughter had a child out of wedlock and her baby daddy ain't around.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. But it's like, you know, like when we were when I was going to church, it's like you have to dress properly. You have to have like this suit, whatever. I'm like, why do I have to like kind of be like somebody that I'm not? You know, to go and you know, people talk about God. It's like, what if I just wear my comfortable clothes, you know, and all that stuff? But you have to be well dressed. You have to have this, nice that for God. I'm like, you know.
I feel like not a religion, but there should be like a saying that every human being should abide to. And it's like, you don't have to be, and that should be like the entire thing. Is like, it would be a cool thing for everybody to abide by. Is like you don't have to be, and then a blank. It's like you don't have to be this. You don't have to be anything. Excuse me.
Excuse me.
You're excused. We're putting footsie on the table.
No.
You don't have to be anything. You know what I mean? It's like you don't have to be what your parents want you to be. You don't have to be successful in other people's eyes. You can be successful in your own eyes. It's like, or maybe there should be a two-liner. You don't have to be blank. You can be blank, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And like you fill those blanks into how they suit you.
Mm-hmm. No, I think that's actually what what you're saying right now.
Where's Corner Joe when we need him?
Now, what do you guys think about like gods are not gods, if not angels?
Wait.
Like, no, los dioses no son like gods, son like aliens.
Oh, okay.
So like religion and I don't know.
Como
Yeah, like porque decían que antes like los dioses venían del cielo, what about, y eran aliens, no gods.
Oh, okay. So you're going
like,
to conspiracy.
You're going like 2 a.m. in the morning, history channel.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Yeah. No, I mean,
yeah.
Do you think it's true?
I do believe in aliens,
mm-hmm.
but
there has to be aliens.
Yeah.
Because like the universe is infinite.
But do you think like that, like all of that, like how you said?
I think I believe in God and then aliens.
In aliens.
Yeah, but I don't know what you guys think.
It's weird because I don't believe in God, but I believe in like ghosts and stuff like that.
You don't believe in God, but you believe in demons.
Yes, but I believe no, not demons, but it's because like I feel like it's more like a I don't know, like it's more of a soul thing, like personality. You know what I mean?
Well, you see that's where I always get them. I'm like, okay, so if you're atheist,
so you believe in the evil and the mal, pero no en el bien, like because the devil, the demons are from heaven.
No, it's
that's what
yo pienso que es like así es una it's I want to speak English.
Yeah.
It's a good representation.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's what's actually happening. You know what I mean? It's like it's a good way to draw it for somebody to understand it who doesn't understand what you're saying. It's like right. This good, this bad. It's like okay, I got it. It's like, but I don't think that's what's actually happening. I feel it. If ghosts are, I believe in them, but they don't. I don't. Scientifically speaking, I don't think they're real.
Well, that's why I always
just like
I always tell you, like, if you're atheist, why do you believe in Satan and not God? If Satan was technically a demon and
you say that angel. To piss me off. I don't believe in Satan.
Oh well, I thought you were like Satanist and all that stuff.
No,
whatever.
There are people.
Did you hear me earlier? I explained it earlier when I was like, I just say I believe in it to spite somebody.
Oh, okay, well.
There are people who just don't believe in nothing.
Wow, he just came back and fired out of the barrel.
we were like a second, like we're just like
so we need him.
It was all quiet. So yeah.
Well, I'm just saying there are some people who don't believe in anything, and that's cool too. It's like you don't have to believe in anything. It's like honestly, all we are really doing on this planet we call Earth, it's a little rock space going in a circle. It's just being human. That's all. That's all you really need to do.
But you need, for me, it's like you need to question.
Hey, you don't have to.
Well, you don't have to, but like for me, it's like I'm always questioning, why am I here? Why this? Why that? All that,
Yeah. And you wouldn't be a person if you didn't. I mean, there's people who question everything. And that's cool because when you question something, you're actually thinking. There's people who don't question anything and are just like, blah. I worry about those people in their future because if they have kids, they're going to be dumb. And it's those people who actually get it a lot. And they have lots of kids everywhere. So it's like...
No, pretty much.
So what you guys think, like, we came from the monkey, like, fucking...
evolution.
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 Good one.
That's just, the thing that everybody gets wrong, that's, like, I think the theory that's properly accepted in the scientific community is that we didn't come from monkeys, is that we and monkeys or apes, I should say, are like distant cousins from the same creature. So like the creatures down here, like what is it? What's the scientific name? Homo sapien. Caveman, whatever.
Homo erectus?
Yeah. I mean, basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Erectus like erection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go, kids. Study up Homo erectus, and then split off into two tangents, and then one came like monkeys, and then the other one was humans. You know, like the modern human. And then a lot of people think that we came from monkeys. No, we didn't come from monkeys. We and monkeys came from the same ancestor. That's why we look similar. The same reason why like certain animals have the same features, like
horses and zebras.
Yeah, horses, zebras, giraffes, stuff like that. Antelopes, deer.
Yeah,
that's why they look. And
but like why now like no evolucionan?
I think it's because we're living it now. Because evolution takes a long, long time. If there was one thing my biology teacher taught me, she was a freaking bitch. If there's one thing she taught me is that evolution takes a while. It takes a long, long time, many generations, and it takes a while for like one thing to change. There was a thing we did with finches where like one group of finches was starting to go extinct because they couldn't eat a certain size berry, so they moved to another island or they moved inland because they couldn't eat the berries, and so they had to like either adapt or they would die. So their freaking offspring would get the better gene, and they would only mate with the person who had the better gene, because the person who mated with the person with the better gene was the only one that was surviving. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It solved itself, per se.
And also, if you look at like older animals like sharks, you know, and some lungfish, they haven't changed for years, and it's because it's worked for them so well. Mm-hmm. But in the sense of humans, I think we haven't evolved because we've gotten too cozy where we are. We're not out in nature anymore. Everything is ruled by technology. If anything, we're de-evolving. I think, because I mean...
Yeah, I agree and disagree with that, because, like, can you imagine showing a person, not too far in the past, but imagine showing a person from, like, I don't know, let's say, for example, like, a knight of the round table or something. Like, they're fighting with swords, they have all this armor on, they're on a horse. Can you imagine going in a portal, going back in time and being like, here's a tank, here's a gun, take it. And then, like, they're like, what is this? We will win this for the king? All this stuff? You know, it's like, and then where would you be now if that one night made all that difference? It's like, would you be, like, in a flying car right now? Would you live on Mars or something like that? Stuff like that.
True. So, in essence, you're saying that the brain's evolving. So, and in that way, we're evolving too?
I'm saying that we are evolving, but just because we're living it, we're not seeing it. Because it's hard to see evolution when you're living. You know, you can't see your freaking fingers change. What if, like, in 1,000 years, and that's probably, it might be what it be since water levels are rising. Mm-hmm. What if freaking humans freaking evolved to have, like, webbed hands and feet and stuff like that?
Like that movie.
Waterworld.
Waterworld.
You think we'll lose our penises, though?
I don't know.
And lay eggs and shit? Because I don't want that.
I want that. I want to lay eggs.
I mean, freaking all males started as females until they got that one, what is it, the X chromosome?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, maybe. Who knows?
Interesting. Mm-hmm. Life, man. Life is
like how we went from religion and then to politics and then science.
Well, you see that's
the thing. It encompasses everything.
I feel like that's the natural evolution, and then some lunatic is gonna start making technology a religion, and then some like genius brain in the future, they're gonna be like, I found this new thing, and they're like, oh, let's ditch the thing from the past, that old scientific religion. Let's study this new thing, and then further beyond that, the cycle will continue.
Well, in essence, I don't know, right? Because I mean, I haven't really done any studying on this in a while, but wasn't Tesla hated because of that too?
Because I believe he like founded a ton of things. He wanted to make like, what was it, free power for everybody, because he like found the way to do it. But
and honestly, fuck the government for taking his shit, because I want free energy.
Was he shot, or did he just die?
I don't know. It was pretty mysterious. But I think there were 3 FBI agents in his room while he died.
Because there was a thing I was telling her the other day where like some of the most influential or people who were like trying to make a difference died. It's like the one JFK got shot. Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves, got shot. Martin Luther King, I believe he got shot, right? And then John Lennon, he was trying to like
peace and everything.
He was trying to make peace with everybody, and then I believe he got shot as well.
Well, yeah, I think that it goes back to like the government and religion of like them controlling, like we can't.
They control everything.
Yeah, like, no, we can't have all these people intermingling with all these people. We can't break these 7 rules because so you're gonna have to kill them in the name of some freaking higher power.
Yeah.
Because then, like, if something happens, if they do something, then all hell, you know, burn the government and all that stuff.
Yeah. And the government's always going to watch out for their own asses, which I understand. That's only normal, right? It's human nature. It's all like, oh, this person's coming at me. I'm not just going to take it there. You know, it's like you want to survive. But I don't know, dude. I think it's like we lose a lot of good things because of that. Yeah. We let that get in the way, and it's all like, why not just let it happen? Still, back to the free energy. I want free energy.
Well, going back to like Abraham Lincoln and stuff and technology, do you think it will be better if like this technology would have been like at his time? Like, would it saved what he was trying to do, or Martin Luther King with all the media and all that stuff?
No, like, would have been the same? You're saying if like maybe they were killed for a reason, like some like infallible thing happened, like where they were like it has to happen or else this even this worst thing is gonna happen. Is like Luther King doesn't get shot, so he like succeeds, but there's like an uprising of like people who hated him, and then like it splits the freaking country in half or something like that. That
or what I was trying to say, like already lost it, but but it's like, do you think like if we had social media, how we have social media right now, would have saved Martin Luther King or Abraham Lincoln? Whatever, you know.
No, because World Star would probably hype it, and they'd be like, "Hey, yo, we gotta go beat these fools up," and yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I feel everybody posts stuff on social media, but they don't actually do anything about it.
Look at that raid on Area 51.
It's too like to show that you're involved, but you're not actually involved.
Yeah.
And that's true. That's probably why I don't post stuff on anything, because you know. I like watching stuff, but then like I don't comment on anything. It's like, oh, comment if you like this. I'm like, oh, well, I enjoyed it, but I don't like it.
Well, you see, that's good and bad because look, right now we're doing the podcast, whatever, and we need likes or whatever, just so we could, you know, maybe help us with money or whatever. But people are not gonna like it because people like you, not like people like you, but like people. Like, I'm not gonna
just watch.
Yeah, but I'm taking the whole thing.
No, this is the mess.
You see, this was money because of that. No,
this is investment. And then later on we get the profit.
But
you don't know that.
No, but you know what I'm saying. Like it's like
because people like there's too many. What's it called? Like, is it pacifist? Is the right word? Is like too many pacifists who just stand on the sidelines. They're like, I'm not gonna get involved, but I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch all this stuff go down.
Yeah, and then that's kind of like how you
I do that a lot, but I do that mainly on like social media and stuff like that.
But sometimes social media helps, you know.
Very rarely does it actually help. Like oh man, like.
I think it just escalates things. Honestly.
Like social media.
It can escalate things, but for good. There's a group on YouTube called Game Grumps, and one of the dudes on there called Danny Avedon. He's super nice. He has this thing. He doesn't use social media because he's 40. He's like kind of an old school guy. But he has a ton of followers on Instagram, and he just posts like pictures every day of like he's like, hey, I just went to the gym, stuff like that, because he's like, that's what you're supposed to do. He started this thing called Charity Saturday, where he finds a charity every single Saturday, and he's like, oh, what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a charity every single Saturday, and I'm going to donate $100, and then I'm going to talk about it, and hopefully you guys can help these guys out and donate too. So there's like a charity for a person who saves dogs in Korea, and he sent them to the U.S. so they can be adopted, stuff like that. Like he did one for a band who like got their stuff stolen from their van, and like it's like, oh, let's help this band get back on the road and like buy them new stuff. And most of the times they succeed. And he posts like follow-ups on that. He's like, it was successful. He's like, you guys did amazing. We'll do it next Saturday all over again.
Well, you see that's helping. Social media's helping.
Yeah, what he said is like it escalates. It's like it doesn't always escalate bad.
I guess it's just because I'm always that one guy who's always in the negative. But no, it's like, honestly, I think that's what's got me through all this time. If I wasn't as negative as I am now, I don't think I would have made it. It's like, you are all about good vibes, and I'm like, no, shut it down. We gotta be depressed.
Well, you see negative and positive.
Yeah.
Well, what is negative and positive?
Dude, you have to have balance.
Yeah.
But you are the balance. You have to have you and you at the
Yeah.
same time, so y'all can freaking.
That's why.
Yeah, that's
And
why.
Fernando's in the middle.
I'm the middle. Sometimes. I can't.
He's the pacifist.
Yeah.
We just explain. Yes.
Primo just needs alcohol and he's good.
Okay.
That's his religion, alcohol. And I back him up. I'm supportive of his beliefs.
Yeah. So then, let's go back to religion and.
So let's go back to our religion and take another shot.
And another. Actually, it was 2 shots. But yeah.
I got you.
Let's just do one. So what about
religion and alcohol? Or what?
Actually, yeah. Let's do religion and alcohol. What do you think?
Well,
religion?
honestly, here's where the contradictions come in. The Bible, the church, or everybody who's religious will tell you, oh yeah, alcohol is bad. Your body is a temple, this and that, and then it's all okay, dude. But on Sunday we drink the blood of Christ, and I'm pretty sure that's wine.
Yeah.
So it's like,
hey, Jesus used to drink wine.
Yeah.
He turned water into wine.
Exactly.
He didn't want us to drink water. He wanted us to
that.
drink wine.
Even he knew.
No, don't drink the water.
Drink
You
the
got
wine.
some wine.
Yeah, it's
Cheers.
like, dude, honestly, even he thought it's all, every now and then it's okay to drink one.
Dude, this wine is so
Cheers.
old. It's from like 2000 AD. He's like, what does that mean? It's like,
So big ups to Jesus.
For getting that wine.
Shout out to Jesus.
You see, yeah, like, so a lot of people are like, no, you can't drink alcohol because it's not religion. I'm like, but Jesus did the wine.
Hey, well,
he is.
He was on the marijuanas.
pretty sure
So-
he was. I'm not. Yeah.
Well, let's go. I always wonder that, like,
Psychedelics?
psychedelics, all that stuff. Like, people say, oh, he walked in water, he did this, he did the ark. What if people were on something? They were not doing the orbs. Noah's Ark. Noah didn't do the ark.
Jesus' ark.
Noah
People
didn't
like
do,
Jesus.
I'm like, Noah didn't do the ark, but somebody had psychedelics and thought Noah did the ark.
And another good point is this, and it was brought up, right? It's all like, during those times, most people, right, because of Roman influence and stuff, they would bottle their wines in like copper jugs. What happens when you start bottling stuff in copper? Because it's a metal.
Oh.
It starts corroding, and you get all these things in there, right?
What if we're like wrong? What if we've been so wrong for like the past 3 episodes? We're like misquoting everything, and then there's people like, they're like, it's actually a very good fact. It's like, here's this, and this. You're very wrong.
No, dude, that could be wrong, but it's like, I think about it. It's
What
all
if they
like,
didn't discover copper until like the 14th century?
I don't know, but it's like, because I know Nero, right? I saw this thing where they were trying to break Nero down psychologically and all this stuff.
Who's Nero?
Some Roman, what's it called?
bastard.
Emperor or whatever. Some Roman emperor, but this guy was just freaking crazy, psychopath, killed hella people during his, reign or whatever. But I remember they were saying he was actually a psychopath or going crazy because of the way they bottled his wine, because it was in a metal container, and after it was corroding and all this stuff, and he would drink it, it would start affecting his mind. So what he said, it's like with psychedelics, they could have been on something, or it could be because they were eating some expired ass, like,
bread.
Yeah, or something with like the yeast hyped up on roids or something. They're like, oh no, we're not gonna get you drunk. We're gonna get you high. So you're over there eating
on water. Have you
yeah.
seen it?
Or it's all like, yeah, dude. It's a lot of things. It's all like, I've never seen anything that the Bible says. I've never seen the Holy Spirit come down and tell me, hey, dude, you fucking up. I've never seen it tell anybody. It's all like, dude, this is what God wants you to do, and then Him perform miracles. And just because I haven't seen that, it doesn't mean I'm not going to believe in God. It's all, no, I don't believe people, because it could be misguidance or whatever. So it's all like, I'm going to believe what I want to believe. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I understand, and I'm like, I think for me it's like, why did they stop there? You know, why did they stop doing the ark and the water and everything just there? Why not
because
now?
they kill Jesus.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, dude. Hey,
like, oh yeah, that's right.
I forgot about that.
Think as the Romans as the government, and they're seeing this cult grow.
Yeah.
All right, and they're seeing their leader, and they're seeing their leader Jesus. They're like, oh man, this is a cult. We need to put an end to this. Nip it in the bud. So what they do, they crucify the dude.
I think you're onto something. I think he was like the JFK of his day, and they were like, we gotta get rid of this dude. And then like some dude like passed it on. He's like, pass it on. But there's like some dude right now who's like passing on like the teachings of like MLK or something.
I mean, there is. But
well, yeah, but I mean in like a cultist form. You know what I mean? Like freaking, here's a pamphlet. Come to this building. We will worship. You know, freaking Martin Luther King.
History always repeats itself, dude. If anything I've learned from history, which has been a great teacher, everything repeats itself. That's why I always pay close attention to what it's saying. And sometimes I get it totally wrong. Other times I'm all like, damn, I knew that was coming.
Not true.
What do you see repeating specifically right now?
Right now,
Yeah.
the Civil War. We're all divided.
Hmm?
And it's been for a while. It's not just because of this pandemic. It's before that. We got people against vaccinations, against guns, against a whole bunch of stuff, splitting up the country into red and blue.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It's bound to happen anytime soon. It's just, when it comes, be ready, dude. And I'm not going to pick a side. It's not because I'm a coward. It's just because...
It's easier to not.
Yeah, it's easier not to get involved in stupid stuff. It's just, I'm trying to survive, dude. That's all.
Yeah, for me, before I used to be like, you know, protesting in the Capitol. We were protesting in the Capitol and this and that, and now it's like, with the media and everything, it's just different because you're not there anymore because what you think or whatever. People are just there just to be there.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
Posers.
Yeah. So it's like now it's just like I don't even believe that in that because they freaking screwed it up.
Yeah.
You know, it's like so now it's like you can't even pick a side. I don't want to pick a side because like you're wrong. The left is wrong. The right is wrong. Where am I now? I don't know.
Especially when that whole thing came up with what was it, Antifa or whatever, and what they were.
I don't want to wear like the masks.
Yeah. Weren't they supposed to be all like peace and wanting better stuff and all this stuff, but then they're all protesting and it's violent? It's like, dude, you're...
Yeah, they like...
No, Antifa's always about violence.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, dude, but the thing is, it's like, that's not how you protest something. It's all like, you study stuff first. Because it's like, you don't want to be like... I always find myself, I can't protest on something because let's say I decide to join your cause one day. You're like, Joe, help us out, man. We need people. And it's all like, okay, let me hear you out. You tell me one thing, but then when I get there, it's completely different. And what if we do win? And at the end, I'm sitting here in a world you've changed to your liking, and it's all I'm seeing it now, and it's all, dude, it's worse.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, better stay out of it.
Yeah. So I think we are running out of time. So I think
time in the world, but we just want to cut it short, you know.
Yeah, I mean
we're cut it long because we're at 1:09.
An hour, yeah.
Goodness.
So I think the last we could go around it and then our last things or thoughts about religion. Starting with Samuel.
I hate it.
or like something that you would want to see better.
It die.
Okay. There you go. Lord.
More drinks.
More drinks.
More
Okay.
drinks.
I made my peace with God or whatever, and it's all like, I'm not gonna try to convince you to believe in it or anything. I'm not gonna go to your door on Sundays and knock, bug you about it. No, it's like, I'm just gonna believe in it. Whatever you want to do, that's you. I ain't messing with your vibe. Don't mess with my vibe. Yeah.
That's pretty much me now. It's like just you believe. For me, it's like you believe on what you believe, but do it correctly, do it positively, so you won't harm nobody.
So don't be a dick, dude.
Basically. Like, if you believe in something or whatever, just don't harm people.
Yeah.
Basically.
And if you're going to run Asian trains, please invite me.
Asian trains. I mean, you have to go to the festival for that, so.
I was talking about the good Asian trains, not the bad ones.
Oh, the other ones. But yeah. So I think that's episode 4, religion. So, wow, I think we have to take a shot, the last shot. Because we missed already like 2 or 3.
Oh no.
Not even.
Next time it should be like 15 minutes, not 10.
Every hour.
I told you every 15, but you're like, nah, bro.
I literally just saw the phone and I'm like, oh, another shot. Oh, another shot.
Why don't you just put a timer every 15 minutes?
Bro, and this stuff is so good. Oh my god.
It's easier to just put a timer every 15 and then just like slam it down there.
Alright, so episode 4. And
thank you very much.
Thank you for listening. Until next time.